March is statistically one of my best reading months, which means I need to buckle up and pick the good books to read in March to keep me flipping those pages. The thing is, I run a competitive team-based readathon in March. It's called REALMATHON. It runs all month long, and I'm competitive, so it keeps me reading, and so I know that I need to get the good books on. Like, I need to get the ones I'm super excited about, because at the end of the day, if I'm reading bad books, I'm not going to want to keep reading, and I need to win. If you have no idea what REALMATHON is, there are 4 teams that go head to head. You join a team and you read books for your team. When you read a book, you get to pick some prompts and get points for those prompts. And there are 30 plus prompts for your book. So there are prompts for anyone. I typically like to prompt shop. I will read my book, and then after I read it, just go through and click what works for it. And I've never had a problem getting a lot of points. And then with those points, you can either defend your own team, which means you add points to your team and you want to be the team with the most points at the end and you'll win. Or you can use those points and attack another team and take away points from them. And I personally think it's a great time. It's also a really big community event. We have a Discord. People are yapping in it. If you've ever wanted to make reading a little bit more social, a little less lonely, it's kind of like a big book club, except for we're reading whatever we want to read. And if you like to gamify your reading, which obviously I do, I have a TBR game. I think it's also a lot of fun and a lot of people really do like it. I will leave the announcement video linked down below. I have 8 incredible hosts. There are so many prompts. There's prompts for everyone. I have fantasy reader hosts. I have horror reader hosts. I have romance reader hosts. So like, trust me, it works for all the type of readers. And so I would love it if you checked it out. This year's theme is video game and D&D inspired. There's so much world building that happens for the readathon itself, even though it doesn't matter. It's just like a little added lore that I like to give. So yeah, announcement video is linked down below. But this video is to pick my TBR. And I'm going to be reading a lot. So it's okay if the snakes attack, right? Which gets me to how I pick my TBR every single month. I have a TBR game. It's called Snakes and TBR Stacks. It's inspired by the game Snakes and Ladders. I rolled 5 times if I completed my TBR last month and 6 if I didn't. I never do. That's a problem. And then if I land on a snake, I have to add another roll, which is like another prompt. So essentially every roll lands me on a prompt, and that's what I use to pick my books to help give me direction in what I want to read for the month. And if I land on a ladder, there's essentially like a reward prompt. I have to land on like the bottom of the ladder and then I go up. And it's really fun. It just like, for me as a mood reader, it just helps give me a little bit of direction because I never 100% know what I want to read. And otherwise I'll be lost in the sauce just staring at books being like overwhelmed by everything that I could pick. Last time we ended on pet pick, so we start there. Roll 1. 2. 1, 2. Roll 1 landed us on gods, and I went really in my face with this pick because typically it's like gods have to be a character, gods have to be in the story in some way. It's a very flexible prompt. This time I went with The Things Gods Break by Abigail Owen. Gods is literally in the title. This book literally revolves around the Greek gods. We're on like Mount Olympus essentially. This is the second book in this series. In the first book we follow a competition. All of the gods essentially pick one mortal to be their like chosen one in this competition, and whoever's chosen person wins picks like the next god ruler of Olympus. We have our main character who is picked by Hades, which is a surprise because Hades typically doesn't participate. So he wants something because he's already like a king of the gods in his own right. Like he is the ruler of the underworld. And so Hades wants something and he's going to use our main character to get it. And we follow the whole competition. And then the book ends on a cliffhanger. I mean, what first book of a series doesn't? If I'm not in the 3rd book, I'm expecting a cliffhanger. But it was a good one. It was a really good one. But I wasn't 100% certain I was gonna read this. After I read the first book, I was like, this could have been a standalone, but something has been calling me back to this world quite a bit. So I did purchase the sequel and decide I wanted to continue on and I want to know what's happening because I did think it was fun. I had a lot of fun with the first one. Not like a new favorite series of mine, but like a fun time read that I enjoyed. And I'm like, what if this turns it into a new favorite series, you know? So very, very excited to continue on in this. And also it was such a quick read that I know I will get through it and power through it pretty quickly for REALMATHON. I also think there's a competition or trials again in this one, and competition and trial setting is one of the bonus points that you can get in REALMATHON. So there are 2 bonus points that are different to each team, and then I pick a bonus point that all 4 teams can do, and mine was competitions. So this would get me some good points, some good scoring points. Roll 2. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Multi-POV and a snake, so zoom. I did say it was okay if the snakes attack, so I can't be angry. We landed on a snake, which means we'll add a 7th roll. But we landed on multi-POV, which typically is a pretty easy prompt for me. It is also a prompt in REALMATHON. It's one of those prompt bank prompts that you can get, so works for me. Told you, we're stacking the points this time. And for this one, I'm picking Hollow by Caroline Peckham and Susan Valenti. I did flip through just to make sure I had 2 different POVs in this. This is a romantasy, and I trust these authors with my life. They're the authors of the Zodiac Academy series, and the character work, the world building in that is phenomenal. I'm predicting I will give this 5 stars. I'm pretty obsessed with what they write, so I think I'm going to love this, and it has this pretty edition, so I really hope I do. This also has a competition. It's a great hunt that begins once every 50 years, and only the champions willing to face death to shatter the curse dare enter. And our main character is desperate. She is desperate. She's entering this competition, and she is going to win. But there's also a love interest, and this artwork right here is stunning. Stunning. And I'm just prepared to be obsessed with this. I think that this is something I'm gonna love. Also, the love interest is a prince, and I typically do like that. His name is Prince Bane. It says it in the synopsis. I think that this is going to be a lot of fun. I trust these authors. Back where I started. Roll 3. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fantasy is really easy for me, as that is my primary genre. I count romantasy as fantasy as well for the prompt. Anything that's fantastical counts. And I'm going with Half City by Kate Golden, which is also my book club read for my Patreon book club that I run with Mel from Melanor Reads. This is a school setting. We're following our main character, who is a demon hunter and learns about the school where she can also go and learn and grow with other demon hunters. It has some Buffy the Vampire Slayer vibes, but if it was like a school of Buffy's, you know? So I'm excited for that. And then also there is a murder mystery that's happening at the school setting as well. People are, students, teachers, whatever it is, are starting to die and go missing. And I do love a murder mystery. I like that plot thread quite a bit. It always keeps me engaged. There's like a mystery and intrigue element that I'm like trying to figure out. I'm trying to puzzle out who did it, what's exactly happening. And that's a lot of fun for me myself. Also, I've read from Kate Golden before, and she does banter so well. I will be giggling and kicking my feet at the enemies to lovers, reluctant allies to lovers banter that we're about to get in this. Like, I know that for sure. Completely, utterly excited for this one. I don't think it has competitions. However, it has a school setting, and one of the teams, the Mages team, one of their team prompts is a school setting. I would get plus or minus 10 for school setting for this in REALMATHON, which is always fun, and I'm excited to see what other prompts it hits after I read it. Roll 4. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Building on the cover, typically this prompt leads me to my horror thriller shelf. And you know what? It could have. This one, contender for me. However, I'm feeling some sort of way, and I want to read a favorite that a lot of people have. I think I'm gonna go with City of Bone by Cassandra Clare. I have never read The Mortal Instruments. I'll repeat, I have never read The Mortal Instruments. I think it's time. I have watched the show, so I do know the basics. And I think that has me a little bit more intrigued because I did like the show, but something in me always thought I wasn't gonna like this and her writing style. But last year I tried Swordcatcher and I did enjoy her writing style, even though I DNF'd that. So I think I'm more intrigued by this now. And my friend Tori from Tori Between the Pages, who is also a host for REALMATHON, has been obsessed over this and loving this. And on top of that, one of the harder prompts I think to hit in REALMATHON this year is the prompt that is like a multiverse situation. So like there is different series set in the same world, but they are different series. And I know this one fits that because this is a long-standing world with so much to read. I feel like I could read this and then binge the entire series. I feel that way right now. Like I feel like this could be an obsession for me and I might spend a week just reading Cassandra Clare. And that's what I want in my heart of heart. I love when I'm obsessed with a series and just marathon it. And so that is what I want. And there is clearly a building on this old cover I have, you know? Perfect. Roll 5. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one is easy because I actually let my patrons pick a book for me every single month. And so normally I have to fit the poll in the constraints of the prompt I get. But this one was a free-for-all because the prompt was just poll pick. So I gave them 5 books that I was excited about. We have A Vow in Vengeance, Ravenminder, The Runes Beneath Us, Not Another Love Song, and Court of Lies and Deceit. An avalanche happened in this vote. Like normally there's like 1 or 2 that are close. This one, everybody said A Vow in Vengeance. So I guess I'm reading that. Like it's crazy. see how many more people voted for it. I was not expecting that. I actually thought Not Another Love Song might win because everyone has been knowing that I've been loving Julie Soto recently. But I'm excited for this one. Mel just read this one and she said there's a chance that I could like it. She thought it was fun, and so that has me excited. This is Deadly Tarot, Wicked Schemes, Dangerous Alliances, Can You Survive the Forge? A sexy, action-packed, and brimming with magic, an unputdownable romantasy debut is what my little thing on the Patreon vote said. I really don't know much more than that. I have enjoyed books with tarot in the past. I think it's something I didn't know a lot about, and I recently got a little bit more into it because last year I participated in Tarot Readathon, which is in July and hosted by Deja, and I bought a tarot deck for that, and I kind of like had fun exploring tarot within that readathon, and I'm very, very excited. I hope it comes back this year because I'm very excited to participate in it again and maybe buy a second tarot card deck, although I have a cat one and it's really incredible. So I'm excited to kind of see the differences. Every time I read a book that has tarot magic, I feel like I see the similarities and then I see like the unique interpretations, and I think that's a lot of fun. So I'm very, very excited for this. Action-packed always works for me. The sexy, a little bit scary. I don't like smut that early on, but excited to read this one. I think it was a really good pick. That's why I put it on my poll. Roll 6. 3. 1, 2, 3. -1, and we go up. Ooh, we landed on a good prompt. We got -1. The problem is I didn't want this month. This is the month that I was like, I'm gonna read a lot in. I'm going to forget anything else exists and just sit in my books. And so I didn't need to remove anything. I'm very, very excited about all of these. I cannot remove my poll pick because my patrons voted for it. So I think I'm gonna remove The Things Gods Break. Honestly, I'm probably gonna read this anyways. I am excited for this, but I had to remove one, and I think this is the one I'm the least excited about. However, I do plan on doing an episode of Reader DNF in March, and I think this will be in it because it will get me like some points and stuff. I think right now I am very, very excited to start some new series, and like marathon a series would be really good for me also. So like this just like gets me caught up. So I think that that's why I wanted to remove this one over the other ones, but I'm still very excited to read this. But it means that I don't have to read this to complete my TBR for next month. Okay, hopefully our last roll. That dang snake. 11. Ugh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and back on fantasy for our final roll. For this one I ended up going with a dystopian. I've been really liking dystopian romance. I love dystopian in general. It's probably my favorite little like sub-genre, and I actually got an arc of this and I haven't read it yet, so I really need to get to it. But it's This Safe Darkness, which is a dystopian romance with a older MC. I think she's in her 30s and she also has a chronic illness, and in this we follow a world where there are 10 women who are sent every single year into like the depths to fight some things. It's supposed to be a privilege. It's like, oh my god, you are chosen, you are worthy. However, our main character knows it's really just a death sentence. It's really meant to scare the society from rebelling and doing stuff because they're like, we could do this to you. When she is chosen, she knows she's going to struggle, especially as someone who constantly battles her own body. I do believe this is Own Voices as well, but she finds an unlikely ally in someone and maybe her fate changes a little bit. I'm excited to see what this brings. It's a new author for me. I think it's a debut and I'm very, very excited to get to this. I honestly can't believe that I only got 6 books on my TBR. I was really, really hoping that the snakes would really, really attack. There are so many things I want to read this month. I have some ideas for some vlogs. I think I want to do a Reader DNF episode, and I'll probably do that for the Paladin team since one of their prompts is to read from authors I've read from before. I'm thinking about just doing like a how much can I read in a week, because that'll entice me to keep reading. And then I am working on a new concept of like revamping my TBR redemption, like having it redeem itself, because my physical TBR is a struggle right now and I'd like to make some changes in it. So I'm thinking about just doing like reading from my shelves or something like that. So those are my 3 ideas. I still need another one. I might not stick to these ideas. My ideas ebb and flow constantly for like content. But if you have any ideas, anything you'd like to see from me, let me know down below. I'd love to know what you're planning to read this month. I'd love to know if you're participating participating in REALMATHON and what team you're on. There's so many questions I could ask. I am so excited for REALMATHon. I think this is the best theme yet. It's incredible with the world being taken over and us being thrown into a video game and being character classes. It's so fun. So I will leave the announcement video on the screen for you to check out in case you missed it. And then I'll also leave a vlog on the screen that I'm really proud of in case you missed it as well. And I hope you have an absolutely remarkable day. And if you made it to the end of this video and you'd like to leave me an emoji just to say you were here, I almost forgot. Leave me a skull emoji.